So, following Top Rank joining the Zone and the legal issues between Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotions, it's looking like Boots will be fighting Xander Zayas next, and they are in preliminary talks for that fight to take place at some point this year. That would be a really exciting fight in my opinion, because Xander Zayas is a guy who comes to fight. He's a brawler, hands up, chin down, walk forward, throw big shots, throw heavy shots. He holds two of the belts at 154. And Boots, in my opinion, is an absolute generational talent, and I think he's one of the best like I said, one of the best of this generation, in my opinion. The best welterweight, and he's doing things that we don't see typically from prospects. And he's not a prospect anymore. He's a former world champion, undefeated former world champion with 35 wins and 31 knockouts. His last fight against Lima, he stopped him in the first round. And Lima's a former IBO world champion, not a proper world champion, but a guy who's at least been at some sort of decent level. And I don't think anyone was expecting Boots to stop him within a round, right? But that's exactly what Boots did. Boots got a couple names on his resume. He's got that Karen guy, he's got Stanionis, but he's not got a super stacked resume. He's got, what's his name? David Avanesian, etc. But it's more about, with Boots, it's more about how he's beating guys rather than who he's beating. Similar with a guy like Shakur Stevenson, and you'll find it's these guys that are at a super elite level. They've not got necessarily the resume, but you watch them in the ring, you know what it is when you see it. These guys are absolutely on a different level, and Boots is absolutely on a different level, and I think he runs through pretty much everyone at 154. I think the only person that could maybe give him problems is a Virgil Ortiz, but I think he beats Virgil Ortiz because Boots, and I can say this confidently for anyone at 154, I think Boots has far too many offensive options and far too many offensive weapons to lose to anyone at 154, in my opinion. Could be wrong. I could have been wrong before. I could be wrong again. But that's what I believe. And I believe if Boots was to fight Zayas, he would beat him pretty comfortably. And even though Zayas potentially has a style to cause some problems because he's tough, head down, chin down, hands up, walk forward, apply pressure, throw big shots, brawl, stand in the pocket. He's got potential to cause problems, but I think Boots is, like I said, he's got far too many offensive weapons because Boots really can operate at any of the three ranges. He can get caught sometimes on the inside, but you're boxing on the inside, that's kind of what happens. And Xander Zayas can definitely punch, so it's something to be wary of, but Boots has never really been hurt before, but there's always a first time for everything, and no one's chin can last forever, right? No one's chin goes, untested, and do you know what I mean? If you get hit with a clean one, you get hit with a clean one, right? So there is always that possibility with Xander Zayas. But if we're looking at who is the better boxer out of the two, in my opinion, it is Boots. And you've seen me do predictions on this channel before. I always go with who is the better boxer, and Boots is the better boxer. So if that fight was to get made, it would be likely for both of Xander Zayas' belts on the line, and it would be a huge fight because Xander Zayas is a guy who's got quite a bit of momentum behind him now. He's got two belts. He's undefeated. He's a decent ticket seller. He's got a bit of momentum. I think he's from Puerto Rico, so he's got the Puerto Rican fan base behind him. For Boots' last fight, I think he sold out 8,000 in Philly, so he can shift tickets as well. He's gaining some momentum as well. Those two fight, low-key's going to be a exciting fight. It's going to be a big money fight, and both guys would likely get paid quite handsomely. Of course, I think we all know the biggest money fight at 154 would be Ortiz v Boots, but it looks like that fight's not going to be happening, at least for now. So Boots v Zayas are in preliminary talks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think would win this? Do you think Zayas would remain undefeated and retain his world championships, or do you think Boots can take those two world belts from Xander Zayas? Let me know in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.